Okay, wargaming, it's happening too often now. It's happening too often, and players don't even know that it's happening. It's, in my opinion, ridiculous. It's either, do you not have enough players? Or are you just deciding to make the game shit? Or are these specific people that are testing something? Or what's the actual, look this, guys. Right off the bat, I'll just let you know it's 29 bots again. 29 bots versus this one player. It's Palmo 87, and the reason I don't think it's the reason I think it's just ridiculous is because these players that are loading these replays do not know that they're fighting against 29 bots. Wargaming. They believe that they're playing and they're having a good game, and they're very proud of the game. And when they play, you can tell that they don't know, that they're just fighting incompetent, useless programming that you've made of these stupid bots that sit sideways or turn around and face the wrong way, or don't really participate in the game, or flop around the battlefield like the Sentinels you use in some of those Murney modes and stuff like this. SP1C, the Scout, and there's here come the Scouts. Like he's probably thinking, oh, they're trying to spot me. These guys are they're spotting for their team, and he actually got shot. And so it's not that far-fetched for them to think that that they're playing real players. But when you look at the game, the replay file, and the annotation behind or beside the names, it's 29 bots. And if you go into the replay file and you look these Muppet brains up, they don't exist. They're just bots. They're sitting there facing the wrong way, driving aimlessly. It's this guy, the A44. He's got 2 kills. He's got bot beside his name. Is this a sophisticated bot? There he goes. Sophisticated bot drives forward, sits there, and moves back and forth and back and forth. Let's watch the sophisticated bot. What's the sophisticated bot doing? The sophisticated bot is shooting, but he's just there in the open. It looked like maybe your bot programming is getting just a little bit more sophisticated, so you're testing it out, and you think maybe we won't notice. Here's another sophisticated bot. The previous, I've showed 2 videos of this already, and in the second one of the sophisticated bots on the enemy team, a leopard. It was a tier 10. This happens to be a tier 7 battle, but I've seen this in tier 10 twice. 2 videos in tier 10, and there's a hull down sophisticated bot that's forgetting to shoot. He's just now he's turning sideways and moving back and forth because he got hit. Turn his turret and look around like a simpleton. It was tier 10, and there was a leopard prototype, or a leopard. It was either tier 9 or 10. The leopard was shooting with the stock gun. Check should I link the replays here, guys? Because there's 2 of them, and I think the titles of the videos were is Wargaming boosting accounts now? And some people made the go, Claus, it's a clickbait title. What do you mean Wargaming boosting account? Well, they select players, and then the players play versus 29 bots, and of course they have the highest damage game ever played in that tank, or at least in the patch, and they're so proud of it. They're posting it because look at me, look how well I did. Because when they're playing the game, they don't know that that's a sophisticated bot. So in the one I showed just a little while ago, a bot, a player that does not exist, on the enemy team that was shooting the only live player in the game was shooting him with a stock gun. So here we have, I've seen bots, real bots, the ones that Wargaming say exist at tier 1, 2, and 3, and some of the low tier games when there's not what's the word? When there's not enough players to fill the matchmaking at low tiers, especially on the Asia server, or sometimes on the NA server, or certain times. Look at that bot. He's doing a good job there, getting hull down or whatever. When there's not enough to fill the match, the matchmaker will select some bots, and Wargaming admits this, that at tier 1, 2, and 3 there are some bots in the game, especially on low player turnout times on certain servers. Probably not on the EU server. I don't know if there are, but there are on the NA server. There are on the Asian server. Right? There's a need to fill out, because if you're playing tier 2, you hit battle. There's only 8 people, so the matchmaker puts 4 live people on each side and then fills it out the rest with bots. And the bots in those games have the little tank symbol in front of their name, like you see here. But that's a tier 1, 2, and 3, and Wargaming admits this. They say, well, yeah, that's... But they've never admitted that they have bots at tier 10, which I've shown two replays at tier 10, and now tier 7. They've never said, well, we have... Oh, by the way, every now and then we fill out the matchmaker fills out the game with 29 bots, because we feel that one particular player should have one of the highest damage games ever played. And in the 2 videos that I've showed before this one, if you guys watch them, they're both titled something like Wargaming Boosting Players now. Both players in the game, or when they posted the replay, mentioned that I haven't played for some time. One guy said, I haven't played for a couple of years, and I went out and played this game, and I think he was playing the Concept 1B, and he says, I had the game of my life. I hadn't played for 2 years. Wow, what a game. And another guy who was playing some other tank, I can't remember, Object 704. I don't know. You guys check the video. Also put in the title of the replay he loaded, been away from the game for a while. This is my first game back. And so this is what we get. I don't know if this guy's been away from the game for a while, but he obviously doesn't know. Well, he's playing as if he's playing real people, and the bots are actually shooting him occasionally, right? They're not really moving or getting into cover. He's playing a Leo, which is a glass cannon, so when he gets shot, he gets hit. But if you're playing a heavy tank or a heavily armored tank versus bots, you know that a lot of the shots they take are just going to bounce. And they're going to just sit in front of you sideways. Look at the players drive. Look at the Caro P88, the T25-2, the KV-13 on his team. Like, what are they doing? What are the rest of his players on his team doing? Who knows, right? One of them's... Look, 3 of them are capping because the bot program says, you should cap, maybe. So they've capped, Look, what the hell is going on, Wargaming? What the hell is going on? I just want to know what the hell is going on. Now, this particular player, Paul Mall 87, you look this guy up, and he is on the EU server. This was an EU server game. It's Paul Mall 87, an executive officer from the -SAS _ clan. And he has an overall WN8 of 1505, whatever that means. Recently, he's purple and blue recently, so he's been playing very well the last 7 days. I don't know the significance of that. I'm not accusing this player of anything. I'm just saying that this game was played on the EU server, and he is an EU player with an active account. That's all I'm saying. Okay, shout out to you, Paul Mall. I know you posted your replay, and I'm just showing it here as an example. Okay, when you go back to the replay file and you look up any of these guys, like this A44, this name does not exist. No player named Jafrim Necraso exists on the EU server. And in fact, if you look up any of these guys on the EU server, they simply don't exist. Let's try the top damage player here in the T29 on the enemy team. Once again, no player named Hull Carpenter exists on the EU server. In fact, none of them exist, guys. And in fact, when you go into the replay file, like I do when I'm trying to catch cheaters and stuff to see what the anonymized names are, you go in here and all you find in the replay file is a couple of mentions of the name, like Hall Carpenter is the name, and it just has a number, as there's no real name to find in the replay file anywhere in the replay file when you search for any of those names in the game. So they are all bots. So Wargaming, come clean and let us know what's happening. Maybe I don't know something that's going on here, guys. I'm going to put up my hand and say maybe I don't understand what's going on. Can you guys leave comments in the comment section? Maybe I am unaware of something that's going on that is not nefarious. Maybe this is just a new. It can't be a new mode. Is it a? Why would people be practicing? Is it a practice mode? I can't believe that. Is there a practice mode where you play against 29 bots? From the replays I showed, the first two, the players that were playing did not have any idea that they were playing versus bots. They assumed they were just having a great game, as this guy did. I don't know, guys. Let me know what the hell's going on. That's what I want to know for this video. Let me know what the hell's going on.